So what's going on, YouTube? It's Miles back with another video. Today's video is going to be a shorter one. I just want to come up here and give you guys this food for thought, because when you're dealing with women, you have to always be aware that they're quite clever creatures. And I've noticed this one thing when it comes to women. They tell you guys half truths. And so whenever you think a woman isn't lying, she still could be lying. She just didn't tell you the whole story. And so this could be applied to not only women, but people in general when it comes to their manipulation, their gaslighting, their lying, their cheating, their deceiving. All of this falls under the right, all under the same umbrella. The most clever lies are the ones that tell a little bit of truth in them. They just don't tell the whole truth. And those are the ones that usually get you guys caught up. You're like, wait a second, she's told me she didn't do this. Let me give you guys an example. So a woman and a guy will be together, and they'll be in a relationship, and they'll be dating and all this stuff. You know, a guy will, his woman will go out to girls' nights out. And the guy will be like, you know what, just text me whenever you get back home, or that you're safe, or if you need anything, you need to get picked up, just let me know. And then, she goes out and she doesn't text him back. She stays out too late and she goes home with another guy, but she says she went home with her friend because her friend was drunk and all this crazy stuff, right? Now, as a guy, your spidey senses are going off. You're like, what is wrong with this woman? Why didn't she text me? I told her that. She said she's with her friend. I don't buy that. Last night she didn't say anything. I think she cheated. She got drunk. All this stuff. So instinctively that something went wrong and she could have possibly cheated. And so what do? You confront her, you go through her phone, you see, oh man, she talked to this guy and all of this crazy stuff. And you're like, oh man, she definitely cheated. She gave this guy her number. And then what does he do? He goes on to confront her and say, hey, you're a cheater. You cheated on me last night. You had sex with that guy. And then she'll say something like, I didn't have sex with that guy. And this is what throws you off. You're like, what do you mean you didn't have sex with this guy? You guys, the text message say you guys spend the night together. She's like, yeah, but we didn't have sex. And like in your head, you're like, I don't buy that. You're lying. Here's the thing that you didn't think about. Maybe she didn't have sex with the guy when it comes to the actual, penetration to it. Maybe she didn't have sex with him in that way. That don't mean she didn't cheat. She still cheated. And you still should probably leave. But this is what she meant. This is why you guys have to keep asking questions. So, okay, you didn't have sex with him, but did you give him a handy? Did you give him that Gok 3000? And that is where you're going to find the answers. Well, I did do this and that. Yeah, I did do that. Yeah, we did kind of touch each other down. But we didn't have sex, though. As if that's more of okay than to do all those other things, getting, her hand. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about when it comes to these sexual things I'm talking about. And so it's very important for you guys to dig deeper than what the surface holds. You guys have to, some of you guys just take women's answers and you just expect them to tell the truth all the time. If that's what you're doing out here in the modern space, then you're making a huge mistake. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to be naive, and she's going to tell you everything you want to hear and deceive you. And then when the thing goes wrong, you're going to be shocked. You're like, what? Why didn't I figure this out? It's because you didn't probe deep enough. You took her at her word when you should have vetted her better. And so the lie of omission is one of the biggest lies that gets most people. And this doesn't just apply to relationships. This can apply to your boss when it comes to benefits and all different kinds of things. They tell you a truth, but they don't tell you the whole story. And that's what lulls you in there, because it's so believable. It's so believable to a degree. It's a cold world out here, and nobody truly cares. So if you don't have this information, you're going to find out the hard way. You're going to find out the hard way. It's going to be a lesson that you never, ever forget. And learning the hard way means that you took a consequence. And sometimes the consequence can be so big that you don't come back from. Or it takes years to bounce back from. So it's very important to have this knowledge of the lie of omission, the half-truths, the things that people say that appear to be believable but don't tell the entire story. And usually that takes an intelligent person to decipher between the truth and what's a lie. You should be able to look at a sentence and look at a paragraph and decipher, hey, that looks believable, that doesn't make any sense. That could be a lie. That sounds like a lie. How do you prove that? Excuse me. Like I said before, this is probably one of the pillars in the foundations of my channel. Guys, if the truth, if it doesn't do anything, it does this. It gives you a good eyes, it gives you a clear lens, gives you clarity on what's really going on in the world, so you guys can know how to navigate and deal with it. It gives you a better sense of what's really going on, so you know how to adapt to the game and play the game better. You're not naive, you're not ignorant. You know what's going on. And that's half the battle sometimes. How do you, if you knew better, you would do better. Knowledge has always been a powerful thing, and people always try to keep it away from the majority so they can stay in prominence and stay in power. That's as old as human nature itself. Keeping what really works away from the masses, and telling them what the beautiful lies that sound good, while they get the actual results in life, and you keep going around in a circle, confused on beautiful things that sound good but don't really mean anything and bring any true value to your life. But that is my video. I've been on here long enough. Hopefully you guys got some good insight from this. I appreciate you guys watching to the end. You guys have a good day, good week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, like the video. I will see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.